What's up, guys? What's up? What's up, YouTube? So today we are gonna go over this new Alliance War map. It's quite a lot to go over, so put your seatbelt on and get ready for the ride. So we're gonna start over here on the left side and go over just some of the nodes and different defensive placement ideas that I kind of have. So we'll start here at 6. Nothing too fancy. Mystic Ward, heavy-handed. This middle one though, strike counter. The attacker starts with 5 light charges, 4 mediums, 2 heavies. A charge is removed whenever the attacker lands a corresponding attack. So anytime the attacker does a light attack, he will go from 5 to 4. So on and so forth there. When he reaches 0 on any of them, the defender gains a Fury passive until the charges are reset. And the charges reset whenever the attacker throws a special. Also Matador. Attacker gains 1 bar of power every time the defender activates a special. This is the only way the attacker can gain power in this fight. So, for you to be able to reset your charges, you have to wait until the defender throws a special attack. So, somebody put a Morning Star there. I have a different idea. I'm thinking somebody who rarely throws specials. You know, like somebody who takes a while to throw a special. So maybe Symbiote Supreme. He takes a lot of hits to build. He doesn't build power the same way most people do, so he takes longer to throw a special. So I would figure he'd be a good champion to put there. Let's move on.
I gotta go down here with you.
Aggression regen, recovery. Sorry about that, my neighbor came out. Yeah, so aggression regen and recovery, you know, easy enough to put a defender there that regens nicely. I think the same thing up here for this one. Nope, this one is masochism. So we know about masochism. That's not anything new for us. Here's that strike counter again, but this one is a special one bias and not the Matador. 15. Looking at aggression armor. He's going to gain armor up passives. What I suggest is putting a Colossus there and just keep stacking up them armor ups both ways between the node and his natural abilities. So here we go on number 20. We got another Morning Star on the strike counter, and we've got some power drain. Defender special attacks drain up to 100% power, which is good, which is crazy to match with this because it makes it harder for you to throw a special and restart your stacks. So this is a tricky little section here. At least the middle lane. So whoever takes path 2 is going to need to be able to counter the fact that you have to wait until they throw a special. So maybe take an attacker who can taunt. It raises the likelihood for them to throw their specials, so that's an idea. Also a power gain champion, just so you have plenty of bars of power at the time of their throwing a special. Alright, so let's move on to the middle section. Node number 1. Steady build-up fury. Defender has 100% increased defensive ability accuracy. When the attacker has 3 or more debuffs, the defender gains a fury passive, increasing the attack 150%. Whenever the attacker purifies a debuff, they're going to gain passive fury. And he's also got caltrops, so dashing backwards causes you to bleed. I don't really like the voodoo here. I guess it's okay, but I'm thinking the steady build-up fury thing is a massive potential for Domino. With her signature ability being a defensive kind of tactic, it would seriously do some increased damage here. So node number 10 up top is another steady build-up fury and Toxicant. Both attacker and defender strikes have 20% chance to apply poison. So whoever takes path number 4 needs to bring a poison immune champion and maybe somebody who can reduce defensive ability accuracy. So, taking a Gwenpool or something like that. Alright, so the middle lane here, path number 5. First node here is Ebb and Flow. The defender has a protection reducing all incoming damage by 90%. So you got to knock them down to remove that protection. It's going to grant you a Fury passive, increasing your attack by 40% for 6 seconds. When the Fury expires, the protection returns, and all debuffs on the defender are purified. So I like Stark Spidey here because knocking down Stark Spidey is more difficult due to his evades. Yeah, that's nice. I'm cool with that. So we'll come up to the next one for Path 5. And we're looking at another Ebb and Flow and a Mighty Charge. So we got Elsa there. I would switch that Elsa. I'd switch that Elsa with the Stark Spidey, to be honest. But we'll move on. Path number 6. Strike Back and Ragnarok. Everybody should be familiar with those two nodes. Nothing new. So up here we got Power Focus and Rolling Thunder. Two nodes people should be familiar with. I shouldn't have to go over those. So for the little mini boss here, which is not really a mini boss. Yes, he is gaining incoming abilities, but it really doesn't stack them up very much. So let's go over the locals. Damn it. Come on, click on it. There we go. Alright, so we got Steady Build Up Fury again, which is the Domino here, makes perfect sense. That's what I was suggesting on the other one down there. Heavy Hitter and Enhanced Fury. So, middle section really not too crazy. Like I said, maybe just bring for path number 4. To bring a defensive ability accuracy reduction person. Path number 5 just to get kind of around the Ebb and Flow. Since you got to knock them down. Bring in Evade Control. Iceman would do the trick there. And we'll move on to the right side. So path number 7. Got a Kinetic Transfer. Blocked attacks cause defender to gain 5% power. Power Bond. Attackers' power draining abilities are 90% less effective. So that Hyperion is a fantastic champion to put there. Now, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's move up to the next one on this path. Alright, so Power Bond and Redub. People should know about those. The name of the game there is you're going to need to bring some power control and power gain. That's what I suggest for that path. Bringing power control and power gain. So now, path number 8, sorry. Buff and balance power drain. Whenever the defender gains a buff, the attacker receives an indefinite power drain buff. Debuff. Return policy. Whenever any of the defender buffs are nullified, they gain 20% bar power. And we got a heal block passive. So nothing too crazy there. Node 17. We have so the power drain. Then we got blood in the water. While the attacker is suffering from a debuff, the defender gains a passive fury granting 150% attack, lasting until all the debuffs on the attacker expire. Maybe putting an Omega Red there would be a good idea. Somebody who, or a Nihilus, somebody who puts a bunch of debuffs on the enemy, so that'd be a good defensive placement strategy. Let's move on to path number 9. We have Hazard Shift, Incinerate Poison. Striking the defender has 40% chance to inflict the attacker with Incinerate buff. Okay, so it's the same thing really as... It's kind of like the other one we saw, but this one just switches between Poison and Incinerate. So bringing immunities is obviously the way to go. And don't purify any of them. Moving up. I'm kind of going through this a little quickly because there's a lot to go over, guys. Alright, so we got another one of Hazard Shifts and Resistor. Everybody should know those two nodes now. And for the mini-boss, there's a Stark Spidey there. Power Drain Matador, Cold Turkey. So the Matador is important. You have to wait until they throw the special for you to throw a special. Alright, so coming up to the 2 little choke zones. These are important little zones because they funnel everybody through them. This is the only points on the map that everybody must go through. So let's check out the first one. We got a Killmonger sitting on 22. Unlimited power. For each debuff the defender has suffered since the start of the fight, every 10 seconds they activate a permanent Fury buff, increasing their attack by 25%. If these Fury buffs are nullified, removed in any way, the defender gains 50% of their max power. Outlast and backup recovery. So, I have an idea for this. I suggest you have one of your members have suicides on. That under that basis, it should allow you to at least start the fight with, a couple different Furies that are going to increase your attack by 25% each. So, you're looking at 50% increase attack just right off the rip. It's just an idea. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. Next up, 23, we got a Dr. Doom, Tunnel Vision. When the attacker performs the same action twice in a row, they do not have a falter, one is applied to them. When the attacker strikes miss, this falter debuff is removed. So you have to miss your attack after you gain the falter. So this is just something that you want one of your better players to attack. Somebody who's good at understanding, combos that do not allow the same action twice. And that's pretty much it. We got Aggression, Fury, and Oscillate, which people should know about. I shouldn't have to go over that. So let's move left to Yondu here at 24. EMP mod. Whenever the attacker gains a buff, the defender gains an overcloak charge, a max of 10. So if you take that path, just be wary that you don't want to gain a bunch of buffs. You want to be putting more debuffs. Energy attacks inflict 40% more damage. So maybe put a Human Torch there. That's what I would probably do.
because all his attacks are energy damage. So, yeah, they're going to do 40% more damage. Burden of Might. The opponent's power gain by striking or being struck is reduced by 15. We should know that one already. It's not a new node. Come up here off the left, we got Blade sitting at 30. And we have Vigor. He's going to regenerate 50% of base health over 5 seconds every 15 seconds. And he's just got to hit 25% intervals. We've seen that one before. Let's see, on number 40, Buffet and Burden of Might. We know those. Going down the middle, 31. Strike, counter, combat, power rate. The attacker starts with 5 light, 4 medium, 2 heavy. Okay, this is that, anytime you use one of those, it drops and you're going to hit 0. And you have to throw a special to regain your charges. And then we have feats of power. So it looks like it might be the combat power rate again. That's the same one. Stung once, twice shy. When the attacker gains a bar of power, they are afflicted with a power sting debuff for 6 seconds. Interesting. Alright, so really you just gotta wait 6 seconds to throw the special. Or you can nullify. Or if you got Ghost, just phase. So we got that power rate thing again, the buffet, and boost up, armor up. Nothing crazy, guys, nothing crazy. Alright, boost up and enhanced armor up. Like I said, Colossus, any armor up champ would be good. Up here on the next one, explosive personality. Anytime he's block attack, reaching 5 is going to make him remove 25% of your health. So don't hit his block 5 times. Enhanced armor up. I like Red Skull there. That's a good choice to put there. He's a difficult fight. You're probably going to have to hit him 5 times through the block. Alright, so BPCW here at the little mini boss. We got that same couple things. That's right. And we'll move on to the middle. So coming up from the middle, we got 25 with magic. This is a lot to go over. Alright, so pretty much nothing. We'll go left with Night Thrasher. Steady build up, unblockable. Defender has 100% increased defensibility accuracy when attackers do more debuffs. Oh. When the attacker has 3 or more debuffs, the defender becomes unblockable until the attacker has 0. So this is where you want to throw. This is where you want to throw down Omega Red or Nihilus. Yeah, that's absolutely what you want to do. Throw somebody who puts massive debuffs on there. Night Thrasher does put debuffs, but you have to throw specials to do them. So it's really not as good of a spot as Omega Red or something would be. Alright, so we got Biohazard. We know about Biohazard. And here's that one again. That steady build up unblockable with Biohazard. That's nasty, dude. That's a nasty lane. Ugh. Gross. I highly suggest that you use one of your best members on path number 4. It's definitely the most difficult so far between 1 and 2. Sections 1 and 2. So yeah, definitely put one of your better guys there. Because it's nasty. Alright, moving up down the middle, Ebb and Flow Intercept. So you have to intercept the opponent to remove that protection. He's going to protect himself from 90% of damage until you remove that thing. It's going to give you a precision, but once that precision is gone, you have to intercept again to remove the protection. Defender shrugs up all debuffs 40% center. Coming up here, Ebb and Flow Intercept again, Tenacity. Nothing crazy. So we got Ebony Flaw, Aggression Fury, Enhanced Fury. Put somebody with good Fury there, obviously. Aggression Prowess. Every 2 seconds, the defender gains a Prowess passive, increasing special damage by 50. And for the boss. Is this the boss? No, this is... Yeah, it is. Okay. Ebb and Flow Intercept, Tenacity, Crumbling Armor. If the attacker hasn't landed hit in 6 seconds, we've seen that before. No big deal. Let's move on to the right side. Ronin in the Chokeway. Encroaching Stun, Power Reserve, nothing crazy. Hyperion up here in 33. We got Spite and Supercharge. Every 15 seconds, the defender gains a power gain buff. I love the placement. Hyperion will rock there. Improved power gain. Aspect of Evolution. So anytime they gain power, they're going to gain attack, armor, critical rate, critical resistance, block pen, so on and so forth. Middle lane. Buff Imbalance Weakness. Whenever the defender gains a buff, the attacker receives an indefinite weakness debuff, decreasing attack by 15%. Those are removed when you land a special. Redub and Heal Block. Alright, so nothing crazy there either. Moving up. The weakness thing again. Rich get richer. Whichever champion has more unique buffs gains 5% of power every second. Okay. That's not too crazy. Just gain a couple. Use somebody who gains a couple buffs. And a heal block. Alright. So the final regular path. Window of Opportunity Stun. The defender starts the fight stun immune. Whenever they would be stunned, the attacker is instead stunned for 4 seconds. The immunity lasts for 12 seconds, then goes on cooldown for 12 seconds before returning. When the immunity returns, it purifies the debuffs on the defender. Alright, so you just got to be conscious of that. You just got to pay attention there. Alright, so every 10 seconds is going to be unstoppable for 2 seconds, so add that in with the stun. It's going to be something you just need to pay attention to. Nothing too nuts, though. Nothing too crazy. Alright, so same stun and kinetic transfer. We know those. Alright, let's move out to 47 with Annihilus. If it'll let me pick it. There we go. Alright, so the stun. Powerful from afar. Each time the attacker leaves striking distance, the defender gains a power buff gain. When entering striking distance, the buff is removed. This defender gains 10% attack for each buff on them. So yeah, Annihilus is a great choice for that. He will definitely do some damage. So now let's go to the boss zone. Let's go path 1 for bees for the diamond. Oh, I guess it's not a diamond anymore because they cut it down the middle. Looks more like a spaceship now. Anyways, Iceman here on Rage. We know Rage. Extend and return policy. I like Iceman there. It's a good choice. Nothing crazy though. Hurt Locker. You can't use the same special twice. Gonna get a delayed blast. Power Focus 1. We have got Hyperion. Alright. Aspect of Evolution. We've seen that before. Improved power gain, special 2 bias. I am good with that. Path number 2, Dormammu of the middle. And we have a Hazard Shift, Incinerate Poison, Debilitate, and Limber. Nothing crazy. Path 3. So some recovery stuff and Indomitable. The defender's healing abilities can't be reversed. Alright, so nothing crazy. Unlimited power. For each debuff the defender has suffered since the start of the fight. Oh yeah. My Annihilus is absolutely going to destroy them on that. I didn't look if there was anything else. Heavy hitter. Yeah, my Annihilus' Furies are going to be ridiculous right there. Trial by Fire. The best defense. So we got some auto block evade. Everybody knows the best defense. Trial by Fire, you should know. Spry. Each time the defender passively evades an attack, a fatigue debuff is placed on the attacker. reducing their critical rating by 1,000 for 15 seconds. And we got a limber. So I don't like Mcoc there only because along with the best defense, it's thrown in this spry thing that helps only evades. It doesn't help auto blockers. So to take advantage of spry and the best defense, I would definitely switch him out with a high evade champion. And last but not least, we'll go to Domino. This is my Domino sitting at the boss spot. Stun immunity, true strike, physical resistance. Yeah, Domino with true strike is absolutely disgusting. Can't go wrong there. Alright, so quick recap, guys. All these nodes are essentially very doable. There's nothing crazy about this place, about these new maps, except for the fact that you're gonna have to set paths. So you're gonna have to assign set paths, because these nodes are very needing specific champions. So you need to plan ahead, have your best players or one of your best players on path 4 in the middle section regardless, to be honest, but number 4 is the biggest. And yeah, definitely be cognizant of placing the right champions where. I gave you a few little hints or a few little ideas here and there. Once I study this a little bit more and get to see some of this in action when I go on attack, we'll be able to talk a little bit more about other tactics. But for right now, make sure you spectate before you enter. Whatever lane you're assigned, spectate it, see what champions are on it, and bring the correct counters, obviously. And yeah, you're just going to need to take more time on this map. Other than that, focus on the 2 choke points, 22 and 23. And yeah, other than that, guys, that'll do it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. This is just an overview. I will be doing a part 2, which is after I gather data from champions being put in certain places and kill shots and, various other data entries. Guys, thanks for watching. This is Kill Switch, and this has been a defensive placement strategy for the new maps for season number 19. See you later.